Speaking of lunatics at Fox News, Bill O'Reilly, who, as you know, was a professor of African American studies.
Should be a professor of African American studies.
Maybe people don't realize just how well Bill O'Reilly understands black people. Here, this is back in September of 2007 on the Radio Factor. This is what he had to say about going up to Harlem to dine with Al Sharpton. He went up. Was this Sylvia's? Is that where he went?
Yeah.
He went up to Sylvia's in 2007. It was a field trip for him. And he was really, really surprised that at how civil the black people seemed to be up there. Now, to be fair, this is back in 2007.
You know, I was up in Harlem a few weeks ago, and I actually had dinner with Al Sharpton, who is a very, very interesting guy. And he comes on a Factor a lot, and then I treated him to dinner because he's made himself available to us, and I felt that I wanted to take him up there, and we went to Sylvia's, a very famous restaurant in Harlem. I had a great time, and all the people up there tremendously respectful. They all watched the Factor. You know, when Sharpton and I walked in, it was like big commotion and everything, but everybody was very nice. And I couldn't get over the fact that there was no difference between Sylvia's restaurant and any other restaurant in New York City. I mean, it was exactly the same, even though it's run by blacks, primarily black patronship. It was the same. And that's really what the society is all about now here in the USA. There's no difference. There's no difference. You know, there may be a cultural entertainment. People may gravitate toward different cultural entertainment. But you get down to Little Italy and you're going to have that. And nothing to do with the color of anybody's skin.
I mean, he went up to this restaurant. They're using the same American money that we're using not in Harlem. And
what you want, Miss O'Reilly, motherfucker?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you something. That's what you may think, Michael. But Bill O'Reilly goes on to make that point that exactly did not happen. This is number 7.
You know, and I went to the concert by Anita Baker at Radio City Music Hall, and the crowd was 50-50, black-white. And the blacks were well-dressed, and she came out. Anita Baker came out on stage and said, look, this is a show for the family. We're not going to have any profanity here. We're not going to do any rapping here. The band was excellent, but they were dressed in tuxedos. And, you know, this is what white America doesn't know, particularly people who don't have a lot of interaction with black Americans. They think that the culture is dominated by Twista, Ludacris, and Snoop Dogg.
Oh, and it's just so awful. It's just so awful because, I mean, it's literally the sewer come to the surface, and now people take it that the sewer is the whole
That's
story.
right. That's right.
Oh,
there wasn't
yeah.
one person in Sylvia's who was screaming, MFer, I want more iced tea.
Please.
You know, I mean, everybody
there.
was, it was like going into an Italian restaurant in an all-white suburb in the sense of people were sitting there and they were ordering and having fun, and there wasn't any kind of craziness at all.
I would actually guess that the only person that might say, hey, ever I want more iced tea at Sylvia's would be Bill O'Reilly.
You know, now, of course, just like the subtitle of that is Juan Williams basically eats his conscience for money as he's on the phone with her. But there's Bill O'Reilly.
Oh, it's horrible.
There's Bill O'Reilly, okay, setting up from 2007. I just want to set up his deep understanding of the black community now. He's an expert.
He's immersed.
He's been to Sylvia's. He knows that people don't say, Emma Pfeffer, give me iced tea.
He knows that Anita Baker isn't Lil Wayne. I mean, he's in there.
No, but the real breakthrough, I think, is that he understands black people can wear tuxedos. They put on their tuxedos just like white people. Here he is talking about something else that he knows deeply about in terms of African Americans.
In Ohio, you know, there's all kinds of stuff about people wanting to vote at the last minute. They want to vote after the election.
Right.
They want to vote at 3 a.m. And if you say, no, you can't do any of that, then you're disenfranchising them. But they drew the line. The Supreme Court said today, Guilfoyle, that in Ohio, you can't just have the week of sign up because they have all kinds of easy ways to do it before, right?
So what happened was, the Golden Week, and the court today was like, canceled, meaning no more Golden
The
Week.
Golden Week.
The Golden Week.
They wanted you could
register
sign
and
up
vote
at
in the
any
same
time
way.
for any
Correct.
reason.
So there was no proof that there was disenfranchisement. And that court didn't actually formally hear it. They said we're going to basically not
hear
this,
it.
Which
and the
then
lower
affirmed-
court said you can't have Golden Week. And the reason I believe is because you can't check these people that fast. So
Right.
somebody can come in with
Pause
fraudulent
it.
documentation.
The bottom line is that it's 4-4 on the Supreme Court. So they didn't look at it because they knew that it would just be deadlocked and it would go back down anyways to the lower court's ruling.
On day of or the week of, and the state can't
Well, it
check it.
undermines the
And
voting
also,
integrity.
really, the Ohio, the law in Ohio, they're one of the top 10 states in the country
Yeah.
that allows for, long time in advance election. You can sign up 30 days in advance, and you can
Yeah, they're
vote
very
early.
lenient
They're
about what they can
very
do and what they
lenient,
can't
very
do.
There was
lenient.
no evidence, no
Exactly.
sufficient evidence of disenfranchisement or
There
any
never
kind
has
of
been.
overt action.
There never has been. All
Right.
of the states
And
that
Ohio
say
matters, battleground.
you have to show an ID, and that,
Right.
oh, no, you can't do that. Oh, no, then African Americans won't. I'm saying to myself, every African American I know has an ID. And not only that, the states that want that will send you an ID. They'll
Right.
come to your
For
house
free.
with the ID.
For free.
And ice cream.
Yeah.
They'll give you
All
ice
right,
cream
pause it.
with.
We don't need. First off, so basically, apparently, that time he met Al Sharpton, he knows he has an ID, and Juan Williams, he knows both those guys have IDs. First of all, there is plenty of evidence that IDs, the ID requirement disenfranchises black people. You can just look into the court cases in Pennsylvania. It's been established. It's been established across the country.
By the way,
On top of which,
Guilfoyle.
they also do not send you the IDs. That is what also makes it very difficult. There's a reason why all those ID laws have been overturned. It's because they do disenfranchise people. But every black person that Bill O'Reilly knows has an ID, so we should rest assured that no one is being disenfranchised.
I went and got an empanada the other day, Guilfoyle, and they didn't stick me up with a switchblade.
There you go.
Okay, Puerto Ricans, people assume, but they're wrong. Where's my ID, motherfucker? That's what black people say.
This is anecdotal, but as I was leaving the show yesterday and walking to the train, I heard someone talking on the phone saying the person on the other end of the line must have asked her if she was voting, and she was like, "No, I'm not voting. Is someone gonna pay me to vote? I have to go to work." And that isn't specifically about black people. That person happened to be black, but that
Well,
also
I mean, that's why
disenfranchises-
people want to
exactly extend the hours. Yeah.
extend the hours after 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., but also to have it on a weekday. Hey, folks, Sam Seder here. I just got back from a company-wide meeting. Accounting is really coming down on me hard. We need to get to 100,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So please, enjoy this channel. Subscribe. Right down there.